How's it going, everyone? My name is Jake. I go by JRedFlips on social media, and I am a full-time eBay reseller. And I want to talk about how my sales have slowed significantly over the last, honestly, 1.5 years. And it all comes down to one contributing factor and thing that I ignored in my business and personal life that I want to talk to you guys about. So this is a live stream. I just want to welcome everyone watching the replay, and I'm just kind of giving everyone a little bit of time to hop in so they can watch this live. I haven't done a live Q&A in a long time. I don't think I've done one this year, and it's February 3rd. So maybe I did, but it's been a long time since I've just sat down and hung out with you guys and answered some questions about full-time reselling on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, District, Amazon, all of those fun places where we sell all of our fun new and used items as resellers. So I want to talk about why my sales have been so bad. And I don't want this to come across as a variety of different things, because I know that my sales are still higher than a lot of yours, and I don't want this to come across as like you guys need to compare yourself to me. Okay, so we're all on our own journeys, and $2,000 a week might sound like a lot to someone, and $2,000 a week might sound like very little to someone else, and it all just depends on our situations, our experience, how long we've been doing this, how well we can adapt to change. And a lot of you guys are killing it on eBay, and I know a lot of you guys are really having a hard time on eBay. And I want to talk about a few things with you guys today. So my sales on eBay have come down significantly over the last 18 months or so. I want to hop into my numbers here. And I'm going to create a custom number. I don't know, maybe I'm not going to do that. Let me look. Basically, I did $250,000 in sales on eBay alone 2 years ago. And then last year I did less than that. I did $150,000, which is $100,000 less. And then so far this year, I'm only at $15,000 on eBay alone 3 days into February, where 2 years ago I was already about $42,000. So yeah, things have come down dramatically. And the reason why, unfortunately, a lot of people out there will say this is clickbait, but this has everything to do with why my sales are down and why possibly your guys' sales could be down. And that is, I got my blood work done. I am a 29-year-old active male, and my testosterone is 247. It's very low. It's about the range of an 85-year-old. And my vitamin D levels are 16, and they should be. They're 16 per deciliter, and they should be close to 100. I basically have the vitamin D levels of a body that has been dead for 5 or 6 days, and the doctors and physicians are actually surprised that I have been able to not only get up and do my stuff every day, but being able to work at the capacity that I have been. So yeah, I got a hernia surgery exactly a year ago. I think I got it like February 5th or 6th. So it's been 1 year since I got a hernia surgery. And I had that hernia for 18 months before getting that surgery. So when I first met my wife, I was a very active individual. I'm sure my testosterone was very high. And I could bench about 250 pounds. I was squatting just under 400, and I could deadlift over 400. And then I had to stop deadlifting and benching and all that stuff because I had a hernia, and I didn't take care of it for 18 months because I really wanted to get married and I wanted to build an awesome business, and I wanted my wife and I to have this awesome financial footing right off the bat. And so I just walked around with a with a pelvic hernia for a long time, and then I got that surgery, and I think the surgery is what really, really, really set me back with my hormones for sure. So I have, I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to give me some like really good advice and things like that. But my wife is a D1 athlete. She has a degree in exercise science and nutrition, and we're talking with a bunch of professionals, and we have a really good plan. Basically, I didn't sleep. I worked all day, every day, didn't sleep, ate donuts and drank Mountain Dew, and had way too much caffeine, didn't get enough sunlight, drove around frustrated and constantly stressed by my environment, and it has led to this situation. Now, I'm not going to go on TRT or testosterone or anything. I'm going to do all of these things naturally and get it as high as I can. But I think once I get my vitamin D levels and my testosterone back up, I'm going to feel amazing. And so I say this as humbly as I can, but if you guys thought I was hardworking now, just wait until I get back up into the 700 or 800s of testosterone range. I'm excited. I'm really excited. So it's really weird because I have loved working my whole life. I love building and creating, and even making a minute TikTok was really hard and miserable for me. So I used to post on TikTok 2 or 3 times a day. I posted on TikTok for the first time in 10 days. And it was a repost of a video that I did months ago. So I haven't done any really live Q&As with you guys, which I have super missed. And I haven't been putting out really any YouTube content in a really long time. I have struggled through, and I have just been a man and went to work, and listings kept going up, and I kept sourcing and I kept doing all those things. But honestly, it's last year has been like really hard. I don't know how long I've been at these 80-year-old testosterone levels, but it sucked. It has really sucked. So I was on a podcast with Bo Johnson. Many of you guys know him. Shout out to Bo. He's a good guy. And we talked like a tiny bit about health. And he kept saying like health is wealth. His wife has they've made enough money to go through some really cool transformative things with her and her health, and so they're seeing that improvement in their life, and that's really cool. Like, health really is wealth, and I just want you guys to take care of yourselves for sure, because I'm already a very highly motivated individual, and like I said, I love working, and when everything's firing on all cylinders, man, it was just so easy to make money, and I'm still making really good money. Okay, like, things are great, things are amazing, life is still awesome and enjoyable, but even right now I'm just so low energy, and just feeling really low. But I'm really appreciative of all of you guys, and I want you guys to like, what really sucks about the let's get a bit political for a second, I guess. What really sucks is I've kind of known this for I think my testosterone has been low for a really good amount of time. I'm not sure how long, but I've known this for a while, and it's just still such a taboo thing for doctors. I'm a 28-year-old. They're like, oh yeah, you're young and healthy, you're good. So like, I've been asking and trying to get someone to run my blood work for a while to see if I had low testosterone, because I have been showing all of these signs, but they would all tell me, hey, you're standing up straight and you have a lot of energy and you're very charismatic with me, so nothing to worry about. Yeah, let's just let's just keep trying to live a healthy lifestyle, right? Finally, I had to go to someone who specializes in GLP-1s, which is mainly associated with weight loss, which I do not need any of that. My arms are still super bruised. I got my blood work done like 9 days ago. But yeah, GLP-1s are not the thing for me. That's for sure. I need to eat more. But yeah, the U.S. health system, it's not the best. But finally, I was able to get this work done, and what we're realizing is that I just have this rare condition where my body doesn't absorb the vitamin D. So I've had it. It's been pretty low my whole life, is what they're assuming. And now they're getting me some sort of supplements that my body will actually be able to absorb and use the vitamin D. So I'm going to eat like 8 eggs a day. I'm taking 10,000 IUs of vitamin D every day. Ashwagandha, just doing a ton of stuff, and I'm lifting heavy. Like I said, 3 years ago, I was deadlifting about 440. I was really excited to get 265 today. And it's going to feel so good to get back to 3 plates, 4 plates, and all that good stuff. But one of the biggest things that I noticed is when I was I got really into weight training at like 23, and I never really had done weight training. I played sports, but I hated lifting. I got into weight training, and I immediately saw these newbie gains and like, oh, sick. Then I got my hernia for a year and a half, and I didn't lift for a year. And now finally, like, we've gone back to the gym, and it's been like 4 months. And I'm like, wow, these newbie gains are going to come on strong. And there's been no newbie gains at all because, 247 testosterone is not a muscle building environment. There's not a lot of 85-year-olds out there building muscle. And if they are, they have really high testosterone for their age. So I don't know, guys. Like this, I hope that, this, I hate saying things like this, but I hope that like you guys can see that. And again, like I've still just been so happy. I've still just enjoyed my life so much. And I still enjoy working and building and doing all that stuff, but it has been like really hard for the last year. Last like year and a half, honestly 2 years. But even when you feel like garbage, you can still provide for yourself and your family. And I want you guys to know that I talk about this a lot on my channel, but I'm probably going to talk about it even more because I don't want to have another 6 months where I hate making YouTube videos, because this is what I love the most, and I can't even, like, I was gonna make a complete guide to reselling on eBay in 2025. I was gonna make that in October of 2024, and I've tried to record it a few times, and it's hard to look back at. I don't know, it's tough. Anyway, health truly is wealth. If you guys, and I'm not saying you have to go get your blood work done and see what your hormones are, but if you guys can balance out your hormones, increase your drive and your motivation. I hate motivation. I hate everything that has to do with motivation because I love discipline. But motivation is almost like a precursor to discipline. Okay, I've shown throughout the last year and a half that I've stayed disciplined. Okay, 25 listings have gone up every single day throughout this whole process. But man, it definitely has not been my best work. And so I'm learning that motivation is important, because I've just said, screw it. I'm just going to go to work. But having that motivation, having that drive, having all of that stuff to help you along with your discipline, you're just going to make so much more money. Again, one of the things that I talk about a lot on this channel is I want you guys to make more money than you ever have and spend more time with your family than you ever have. And you just can't do that if you're not healthy. So I'm really excited that my wife really pushed me to get my blood work done. She finally found this person that was willing to do it for me after we switched like 6 different doctors, and all of them told me no. I'm really glad that I got it taken care of, because yeah, life at 240 testosterone for a man is awful. It just sucks. And again, I'm rambling and saying the same things over and over again, and I apologize. And I hope you guys have some questions about eBay and Poshmark and Mercari. I hope you guys have some questions about First Class Treasures and my new reselling platform, because I'd love to dive in and talk about that a little bit with you guys, because that's been going really well. I've launched that with very low testosterone, and it's been fun. Luckily, like, I still love building and like launching this district platform, firstclasstreasures.com, was new and exciting enough that that I was able to have the discipline to try to build that. But I'm really excited to start doing a ton more videos. But this is all still new. This could take weeks or months or years to get it up. But I really think that once my body can actually start assimilating and absorbing vitamin D, and I can start progressing in the gym, I think things are going to get pretty good pretty fast. At least I'm hoping. But anyways, let's hop into some questions about reselling. Again, I'm going to talk about, I've been doing a video about every 10 days or so about how much money we're making in reselling and if you can actually go full time. And I'm going to expose a little bit of my next video, but for context, like, things are still great. I think we did 14,000 on eBay last month, which is okay. It's the lowest January I've ever had, but you know, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. Poshmark, we did just under 1,000. Mercari, we did just under 1,000. And then First Class Treasures has been awesome. We did over $5,000 on our first month on First Class Treasures through static and live selling, which is awesome. So we still did just over $20,000 in reselling revenue this month, which is okay. It's not where I want it to be. Yeah, anything short of $500,000 in revenue for the for what we've built over the last 3 years is really tough on me. I think it should definitely crush $500,000 in revenue across eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and District. I hope I can get there by the end of the year. But yeah, no excuses. I know that this is my basement floor, and we're only going to rise from here. And I want you guys, I'm going to keep you guys updated, as for those of you that care, on my health and my numbers. Because even if it doesn't go up as quickly or as much as I'd like it to, you guys are still going to see a guy provide for his family. You guys are still going to see a guy crush it on eBay and District and stuff. So I really hope that you guys enjoy the future content that I'll be putting out. And I really hope, I don't know, guys, it's hard to explain, especially because I have just been that guy my whole life, where it's like, work hard, you got this, you know, like, it's not the environment, it's you. And I still believe that. But man, when you have the tools from your environment, it's things go a lot better. So guys, please listen. There's so many things that go on in our brains and in our bodies, right? A lot of you guys are depressed. A lot of you guys have anxiety. A lot of you guys may have very low testosterone like I do. A lot of you guys may have horrible relationships with your parents or your children or your spouses. And people, like, if you guys knew the amount of hate and the weird comments I've gotten from telling you guys that the best way to make money on eBay is to become a better son, husband, father, coach, brother, human being. Like, people just can't draw the conclusion that if you get better at something, you get better at everything, right? So we're going to focus on getting better, guys. And again, I'm going to work hard regardless. Dan says, I want to know about vacuum selling. I have many and find them for free all the time. Also connected with a few scrapers. I have cleaned and not cleaned them, and people complain of dirt and smells. Yeah, so you definitely want to make sure that there's no odors, especially smoke. Okay, cigarette smoke is the worst. If yeah, that's another thing. Like, again, I want to answer your question, Dan, but if you're smoking or if you're, you know, heavily drinking, try to do that less and try to stop that completely. That not only will it save you guys money because you're not buying your vices, but it's also going to improve your health immensely, so you have the energy and the motivation and all the good endorphins to go to work. And you're gonna get way better reviews and sell more items because your items don't smell like smoke and stuff like that. But anyway, you definitely want to eliminate odors. I clean all my items, so I don't like if you have the space, like if you have a warehouse or a garage, or if it's like warm outside, if you can get a pressure washer and that cleans vacuums really well. If not, what I do is I take the brush head off. That's another thing. This low testosterone journey. Every time I see a subwoofer or a vacuum, even if it's free or $5 and it sells for over 200, I pass on it because I just have been a little puss, to be honest. Anyway, you take the brush head off, and it's gonna have a ton of long hair, whether that's women's hair or men's hair or dog hair, and you just take a blade and you just cut all of the hair, and you can pull it out. You can wear gloves if you want. It can be rather disgusting, but that's step one. Just get all of that hair out, because if you send someone a used brush that has a thick line of hair, people are gonna be pissed, right? So do that, and then I literally just use LA Awesome, the cleaning spray from Dollar Tree, and I just spray things and wipe them down. And then you can use a sink and water and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely make sure that your items are clean. The cleaner your items, the more they'll sell for, the faster they'll sell for, and the better reviews you'll get. So it seems I cannot win to do clean. How far do you break it down? So it's very different with each vacuum. I rarely grab sharks now. It has to be a pretty new or pretty low run model of shark vacuums for me to grab them nowadays. But I grab a lot of Dysons, but even the Dysons, I don't part out a ton. Kevin the Commonwealth Picker, he calls this the skinny strip. I just take like the 4 most valuable pieces off of Dyson vacuums because they also have a good sell-through rate. All the other pieces do not. And I just sell the brush head, the canister, the wand, and sometimes the cord. Sometimes I'll clip the cord and sell the cord as well. But yeah, just clean it. You just got to get them clean. So I can do a video on cleaning vacuums. Yeah, I have been very busy today. Nice to catch you live. Your channel has been immensely helpful. Thank you for the content. I appreciate that, E. Thank you. Well, that makes me feel somewhat better. Good. It's the medicine. Are you still taking that crap? Don't buy into the test doctors. Don't believe them. Watch. Okay. I really appreciate you guys, but I'm going to be skipping over like all of these because, yeah, you can talk about, ways to improve your eBay sales, and there's like crickets, but then you talk about having a runny nose and everyone's like, take some time off then. Haha, got to take care of yourself too. Yeah, and that's it's really important to live that balanced life. You got to take care of yourself, but I got to take care of my family too. I'm building a legacy. You can build a legacy on low testosterone and get it up at the same time. My husband was the same level as you got on the TR at the testosterone and feels like $1 million now. He's been on it for years. He started when he was 27 and is now 34. That's awesome. Catherine, I'm going to try to do it naturally just because if I go onto TRT, it will make having children almost impossible. Not completely impossible, but it's just so much harder to have children when you are on testosterone replacement therapy. I'm not opposed to doing that if it comes to it, but I want to have my kids first and get that chapter wrapped up, and then I'm totally okay with going on testosterone in my 40s, 50s, 60s if that's what I need to do. But guys, my diet and lifestyle has just been so awful that I really am confident that I can get my testosterone up naturally, pretty dang high. Body, yeah, we're just not going to get into that. Building muscle is the best thing you can do for sure. You're an open book, man. I had kidney stones past spring, and it set me back as well. But not like your situation, prayers, brother. Man, when I was 19, I passed a kidney stone while boating. We went to this place called Lake Powell, and I didn't get enough water. and I passed a kidney stone, and that was rough. It was a big one too. It sucked. I had to go to the ER for that one. At least your body didn't reach the point where your body starts stripping your bone density. Yeah, no, that, obviously I'm really, they say that married men live longer than single men. And one of the biggest contributing factors to that is because their wives of married men just convince them to go to the doctor more. It's funny. And then I married a D1 athlete who's super good with nutrition and all that. And if you guys haven't followed my wife on Instagram or Facebook yet, her name's Brinley Ryder, and she goes by bryder_fit. I'm going to put that in the chat at bryder_fit. If you guys are interested in any fitness and health on and following that kind of stuff on Instagram, we'd really appreciate a follow for you guys over there. Yeah, no, we're gonna get things taken care of, and it's gonna be awesome. We're both excited. I'm glad you're starting to focus more on your health. It's so important. Yeah, it is, Mary, and I really appreciate the support from you, Mary. You've been really cool since the beginning, so I really appreciate that. People really underestimate the power of vitamin D. Straight from the sun, as good as it gets. Yep. Yeah, and it's so another thing is I lived in sunny St. George, where it is hot and sunny and it's a desert. And I really enjoy it. My wife and I go for a walk every single day. And I used to be going on a 45-minute walk in direct sunlight every single day, even in the winter in St. George. Now I'm in Syracuse, Utah, where there is so many clouds and it's so cold. And I'm not going to be walking in 6 to 10 degree weather without my jacket on. So it's tough. But yeah, definitely, setting that circadian rhythm every day, getting that sunlight in your eyes and on your skin, super important. So yeah, I'm really excited to get that. I'm really excited to get that vitamin D up. It's going to be awesome. Yep. So so they talked about my iodine levels as well, just because we use like pink Himalayan salt and everything, and so I don't have any natural sources of iodine. So I'm going to be supplementing with iodine as well. Sometimes it's worth going to your own lab's website and ordering your own tests. Yeah, I mean, we got all the good tests though. We got through a nurse practitioner who specializes in all of this that I really trust, and it's going to be good. J Rise the Beast, no doubt. This guy will destroy. I appreciate that, man. If you guys don't know Brad, Surfs Up Finds, he has an awesome growing YouTube channel, and he does a lot of content on TikTok and Instagram as well. You guys should follow him on YouTube especially, and also Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. Really awesome guy. Specializes in clothing. Does a good job. What up, Jake? Do you plan to build a stock portfolio to live off of in the future? Yeah. So I love finances, and I love it when I can talk about finances. One, because I'm passionate about it. Two, because I make more money through YouTube when talking about it. Let me let you guys in on a little secret, okay? When you guys ask me more questions about stocks and real estate and asset management and things like that, 401ks and Roth IRAs and cryptocurrencies, all that good stuff, I make about $38 divided by 60%. So I make like $24 every 1,000 views if I talk a lot about finance in my videos. And then if it's just a normal talking about eBay and reselling and things like that, I usually make $8 every 1,000 views. So I love it when you guys ask me questions like this because number one, I'm passionate about it, and number two, it supercharges my monetary gain per 1,000 views. So I really appreciate these questions. Yeah, so my business and taxes and business setup is really good for that stuff as well. So I have an S corporation, which means that I am not a self-employed individual anymore. I set up a company, a corporation called JRide Media that employs myself and my wife, and my corporation, which I own, pays me and gives me health benefits, retirement plans, tax advantage accounts, right? So my wife and I We maximize our IRAs. If you make too much money, you can't go Roth. But you can also backdoor Roth and things like that. But yeah, we definitely maximize our IRAs. And then we, last year we got really close to doing our full 401k contribution. We didn't quite hit it because it's a lot of money to save every year. But yeah, our goal is to maximize our 401ks, and then I also have brokerage accounts that I pay taxes on outside of that, and we're really looking to get into real estate. But what my plan is I want to have, I don't know, by the time that I'm retired, I plan on having 10 to 15 rental units, and then the biggest asset portfolio in the stock market as possible through my IRAs, through my 401k, and through my brokerage accounts. So, but yeah, if you guys have any questions about investing and stuff like that, Lag, it's really good to see you here, man. I haven't seen you in a really, really long time. Appreciate it. Lag, how are your Eagles going to do in a couple weeks? Is that this? Oh my goodness. That's coming up, isn't it? Super Bowl. But yeah, so I definitely plan on living off my stock portfolio in the future. But I really enjoy working, so I know that I will be working in some capacity in my 70s and probably 80s, just because, especially with this health stuff that I'm getting into right now, I plan on doing this forever. So I really, my wife and I, we dream about being the healthiest 85-year-olds in the world. Like that's just really on our minds. It has been for a while, and so we're really excited to do that. So I don't know if eBay is going to be around. I don't know if I'm going to find some other things that I like over the next 5 or 6 decades. It's crazy to think about that. But yeah, I will be working in some capacity, but also living off of my, probably, I really like dividends. I love growth stocks. I love it all. I like all asset management. I bet it feels like a huge relief to understand what's going on with your body and to have a plan for moving forward. Yeah, Catherine, like, I started to think that my testosterone was dipping months and months and months ago, like 6 months ago, maybe even like a full year ago. But we just couldn't find anyone to check. And then when I got the results back, it was that bittersweet moment of like, oh wow, this is pretty bad, but like at least there's something actually wrong that I can improve and move forward with. Because honestly, like if I got my results back and I was like above 800 testosterone, I'd be like, oh freak, where do I go from here? But yeah, no, it's a bittersweet thing for sure. Don't worry about those big numbers, brother. One step at a time. Start small. Let all those small areas build with isometric exercise, stretching, single joint movements to avoid setbacks. Yeah. No, I'm really excited about. I do a lot of different stuff. I have a full day of just like grip strength and all that good stuff as well. So I'm excited. Mangoes, papayas, apricots once a week. Yep. Also added Brazil nuts. Brazilian nuts are awesome. A lot of zinc, a lot of this other nutrient that I'm deficient in that I can't remember what it's called. But I started testosterone treatments as well. Brother, I am twice your age. I have everything to start the treatments if I can stay out of the hospital for a minute. Yeah, man. TC, health is wealth. Let's get healthy together, man. We got this. Sometimes you have to rebuild your health to work harder. Last year, I got so overweight that my back hurt to source. I lost 40 pounds over the winter, and now I can source with no pain. That is awesome. I love hearing that, okay? And again, like, you guys know, like, I'm not a super politically correct guy, and I say what I believe to be truth, even if it's hard to hear. But if you're overweight and you want to improve your sales on eBay, lose 40 pounds. Like CHNLCKN did. Honestly, like there's so many benefits to being healthy, and don't just like lose weight, you know, because there are actually a ton of studies that are coming out with this GOP1, all these GOP1s, which are awesome. But it's like being obese and being brittle are both very bad for you. And so the bottom line is, if you want to be healthy, you have to do work. You have to work out. You have to, you know, do things that you enjoy outside. Even though these GLP-1s are pretty dang close to a magic pill, and they're really awesome for some people, and they've been really changing some people's lives. You also, like, if you can build muscle on a GLP-1, I can't remember exactly what it's called. You're going to really transform your life. But again, if you want more sales on eBay, you have to really look in the mirror and work really hard. You have to say, all right, is it my health? Is it my items? Is it my attitude? Is it... Guys, another thing with this low testosterone is I've just been so frustrated, like so easily annoyed. And I hope that I haven't like really offended any of you guys, because I know sometimes I can be very stern in these live Q&As, and you guys ask me questions, and I hope I haven't come off irritated or rude. But yeah, that has been one of the biggest side effects too, is especially when driving. Man, I'm a bear when I drive. I'm really hoping that I can just limit unnecessary stress and then really deal with the good stress. Thoughts on Luka to the Lakers trade? That is the biggest and most wild trade in NBA history. Like that's so nuts. So wild. Yeah, dude, like wow. Luka is one of my favorite players. I have his jersey. I have a ton of his cards. I can't believe you would trade a 25-year-old superstar in his prime. That's just wild, man. Gary Brecka. I actually think I've heard of Gary Brecka before. I'll check him out. I'll write that down. Gary Brecka. Thank you so much for sharing. Wishing you a beautiful day to you and all your viewers. Much love. Hey, thank you so much. Sun, Epsom salt baths, sauna, cold water, and shower. Beyond the fats, some may have a positive effect on your situation. Of course, your nutrition. Add shakes for convenience. Mix it up. Luckily, I really enjoy baths. It's really weird. I don't know why I enjoy them so much. But yeah, I do love to just soak in some salty Epsom salt water. It's nice. I hate cold showers. They're the worst. I hate the cold. I hate the cold, man. Cold is the worst. Thanks for your nice words, Jake. I just dug into the packages you sent me from the auction. It was so much fun. Let me know if you got to schedule them now so I know when to be there for you guys. Okay. Again, that is also something that I want to say right now. So, it's already 5 o'clock Eastern, so I'm going to hop off of this fairly soon. Not probably like 30 minutes. I'm going live in 1 hour on firstclasstreasures.com. I would really appreciate it if all of you could open up another browser right now and go to firstclasstreasures.com, or if you have already downloaded District, to search for First Class Treasures. I'm going to be going live in 1 hour, and we're going to be selling some really fun stuff. Like I found some 1980s Pink Panther plushes. I found some really cool anime plushes, got some pocket knives, just got a lot of really cool things. And if you guys are looking to expand your horizons in reselling, I have already sold I'm starting to sell almost daily a static item on First Class Treasures, which is awesome. I've sold several pairs of sunglasses. I've sold a few video games, a couple pocket knives. These small and like watches and things like that. These like small treasures are selling really well. Action figures, toys, figurines. If any of you guys have those items, you can sign up. It's free to join First Class Treasures, and then you can apply to be a seller, and it's only 10% selling fees over there. And yeah, it's going really well. Also, if you guys are interested in live selling, you guys have probably heard Kevin and other influencers talk about this. What's really cool about District is you guys can go live not only after me in a raid train, but also co-host live with me and really take advantage of my audience. And so I'd really appreciate it if all of you went and joined firstclasstreasures.com and followed me on First Class Treasures in District, because I'll be going live in an hour, and it's really cool. I'm really focusing on, Ninja Turtles and even Peppa Pig, My Little Pony, pocket knives, coins, memorabilia, because a lot of people are really enjoying the treasure aspect over there. And if any of you guys, have your collections, I'm sure you'll be able to find those items over on First Class Treasures, especially as it grows. Because guys, like I said, it has been really hard to record videos. I don't know why, because I've loved it so much, and I've never struggled with self-deprecation my whole life. But especially earlier in my eBay reselling YouTube experience, I would just record videos and then put them up with some light edits. But over the last 6 months or so, it's been really hard because I'll just like record me saying something and then I'll like watch it back and I'll be like, gosh, you're an idiot. That's stupid. Hey, thank you so much, Dorothy, for following me on District. I really appreciate that. Thanks for joining First Class Treasures. But I'm going to start making a ton of videos about going to garage sales and going to yard sales and finding these awesome items and then driving that collecting base audience to my platform. And it's going to benefit all of us. And also, I would ask if any of you guys are looking to buy any item, try looking at firstclasstreasures.com or dibdit.com or knickknacks. Actually, it's dibdit.net or knickknacks.net. Like, go to District first, because this is our community, and it would just be so much better to buy from and support each other than to just buy from some random person outside of our community that we have no idea, right? So I'd really appreciate everyone heading over to First Class Treasures. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you, Tax Stud. Thank you, Mr. E Picker. Thank you, Jason. I really appreciate this, guys. And yeah, I'm going to go live in about 55 minutes. So I'm going to keep hanging out with you guys for about 25 more. And then we'll hop off. I'll get ready for my show. And I hope you guys like vintage plush and pocket knives. No worries, Paul, man. I appreciate everything. Question, do you source lost and founds at hotels and casinos? Thanks. Yes, that's kind of one of the like huge tips and hacks that I'm kind of known for on here. Yeah, I go to places like casinos, hotels, and recreation centers, and I ask them if I can buy out their lost and found. And I get a lot of really good sunglasses and AirPods and jackets and things like that through this method. It is one of the most difficult things to pull off ever. Okay, I have years and years and years of door-to-door sales experience, cold calling phone sales experience, and business-to-business sales experience. I've learned a ton and a ton of sales psychology and tactics, and I still only land one out of about every 45 places that I try. It's extremely difficult to get to the decision maker and to actually be able to buy out these lost and founds. But it's worth it. It's worth it if you can just get one, because I have one casino. So I buy from 2 casino lost and founds, and just those 2 casinos provide a full-time living for me. Like if I never went thrifting, never made YouTube videos, anything like that, I could just survive off of those 2 casinos because they give me really, really, really good stuff for really cheap. But trust me, it is ultra difficult to get those set up. But it is ultra worth trying. Thank you for being so open about your health. I feel like men taking care of themselves has been demonized and made fun of. I'm happy you can be an inspiration to the new generation. Absolutely. No, yeah. It's demonized to talk about health as a man. It's demonized to talk about religion. It's demonized to talk about self-worth. It's demonized. Like, society sucks. Don't, like, be a member of it, but I don't know. On the religious side, like, Jesus Christ said that his followers would be a peculiar people, which just means that you're different, and the majority of people are going to think you're weird because of your decisions. Be weird. Like, yeah, man. Like, do things that are peculiar. Like, you know, it's great. They sell blades specifically for cleaning the brushes, and they are awesome. I think you're talking about the vacuum. Commonwealth Pickers January has been slow on eBay, and so has mine. Are you seeing a drop? Yeah, so I was talking. It sounds like you hopped in halfway through. But yeah, this is the slowest January ever for me, and I truly believe it has nothing to do with eBay, and it has everything to do with, me struggling to work as hard as I normally do. So 2 years ago, I was an absolute animal and really enjoyed working. And right now, I'm in a place where it's significantly harder to get work done and to do it efficiently. And so my sales have suffered because of it. But watch what happens this year, ladies and gentlemen. Just watch. Is it possible to make 20 to 30 bucks just starting out with high sell-through rate items? I believe you're asking, is it possible to make $20 to $30 an hour starting out on eBay with high sell-through rate items? The answer is absolutely yes. Yeah, if you get really good items and you post them consistently, then yeah, you will make a ton of money. You can make a ton of money reselling on eBay, Amazon, Poshmark, Mercari, District, Bonanza. Guys, I'm averaging a sale per day on Bonanza this year. That's wild. My Bonanza sales are sure up. Keep your head. This is all fixable. I got diagnosed shortly after my 60th with COPD. I'm optimistic. Just got to live right and eat well. You can do this. Yeah. And again, like, just like what we put into our bodies is so important, and what we put into our minds is so important. Like, negativity breeds negativity. Positivity truly bleed. Like, I was listening. I don't know. There's if you want negativity, it's so easy to find, and I think you should avoid it. And if you want positivity, it's a lot tougher to find, but it's so much worth it. So go find positivity, eat good food, enjoy your relationships, and work really hard. How often do you go back to your older listings that haven't sold to update the listings, lower prices, etc.? Every 90 days. So if something hasn't sold in 90 days, I mark it down 15%. If it hasn't sold 90 days after that, I mark it down 25%. If it still hasn't sold 90 days after that, I mark it down 33%. And if it still hasn't sold 90 days after that, then I take it out of my shop and I wholesale it on Shop Commons, or I sell it live on First Class Treasures or other platforms. Hey Jared, how's it going? Best place to source lost and founds? Again, this is the most difficult thing that I talk about. Like, it's just not very easy at all whatsoever. Hotels, casinos, and rec centers. I wish you many luck. And that's not like me gatekeeping whatsoever. Like, I want you guys to go change your lives and go buy out lost and founds because it's life-changing. But yeah, it is just so difficult. Hello from Oregon. You missed a lot. Go ahead and rewatch it. Appreciate you being here, Kat. Man, looks like you're doing great up north. It's weird not seeing you on weekends down here. Yeah, no, it's things have been going great up here. Super grateful and blessed and happy. Fixing some health issues, and it's gonna be good to go. Hey Jake and wife, how are you guys? We're doing great. Flipping from the trailer. Really appreciate you guys always stopping by, Mike. Mike, I haven't really seen you on First Class Treasures, which is surprising because you're always here in my lives. So if you haven't yet, Mike, go join First Class Treasures, and I hope to see you in about 45 minutes in my live show. I've seen your wife's cooking videos. She does a great job with nutrition, rich meals that look amazing. Yeah, no, she's really good at it, and she's, she already has a few clients that reach out for training and to have her write programs for them. It's really awesome. So if any of you guys are ever looking for like training programs and stuff too, just DM her on Instagram. Do you do the money in, money out method for doing taxes, or do you keep track of each individual item sold and write the cost of goods for each during taxes? Yeah, if you are going to do this at any capacity, I would definitely recommend the first, money in, money out. So if $500,000 come in, then I just deduct all my expenses from there. If like doing cost of goods for each individual item, like this has been my slowest year of sales ever, and I still sold, I think, like 6,000 items on eBay alone. So yeah, you don't want to do doing the cost of goods on 6,000 items. And then what if you you can realistically 10x that. You do not want to be doing cost per item on 60,000 items. That's horrendous. That would just be awful. Jake, are you still going to be starting a finance channel? I'm thinking about it. Again, I've lost a ton of motivation to make YouTube videos. So I'm just going to get back to living that well-rounded life and then go from there, because I'd like to. I really enjoy talking about it. Where did you start as far as investing? I have a 401k, mortgage, and debt-free. Way too much dead money in my savings and checkings. Awesome. First thing I would do, I'm gonna blow past this pretty quick, but write out your budget, including your like non-essential expenditures. It's called discretionary spending, right? So of course you have your mortgage or your rent, and maybe you have car payments. You say you're debt free though, and your groceries and your utilities and your gas for your car and all of that different stuff. Those are bills, right? And then also calculate on top of that, how much do you spend on fast food, and how much do you spend on concert tickets or live sporting events? How much do you spend on alcohol and coffee and drinks? How much do you spend on all of this? And then try to boil it down to one monthly number. And let's say that your life costs $4,000 per month, okay? What I would do is I would times 4,000 by 6. So that's $24,000, right? Yeah. I would put $24,000 into a checking account. I mean, I would put it into like a high yield savings account. And then that's kind of like your rainy day fund that you will most likely never have to touch, especially if you are debt free and you're already contributing to a 401k and stuff. Then I would have $4,000 in your checking account, because that's your life expenditures each month. And so just keep, just doing that. So you have, in this scenario, you have $24,000 in a savings account. You have $4,000 in a checking account. Then I would max out my Roth IRA if I am not making like $250,000 a year. If I make more than that, I would talk to a tax professional and still try to contribute to that and then do a backdoor. There's a lot of sticky situations in that though, so definitely make sure you're talking to a professional. If you don't want to go that route, just a nice traditional IRA, max that out. It's around $7,000 per adult per year. So you and your wife can contribute about $14,000 to that. Then, okay, before doing that, you want to, if you're employed, I'm not sure if you have an employer or not, or if this is your full-time job, but if you have a full-time job, invest all the way up to the match for sure. So invest up to your 401k match first. That's just free money that compounds for you. Then you're going to max out your IRA, whether it's Roth or traditional. Then you're going to go back to your 401k and contribute a ton to that. And then if you would like to play around with some other stuff, you don't, like the max that you can put in a 401k is $42,000. Oh, reselling is your full-time job? Okay. Well, you can get really technical and start an S corporation and match yourself. I match myself and I match my wife. It's kind of funny. It's pretty comical actually. But yeah, I match myself with my business funds tax-free, and then I contribute to my 401ks with the business profits. It's awesome. Like the tax code is written for us, man. But yeah. So yeah, 401k match first, then your IRA, max that out. Then I would move to an HSA account, because an HSA account, you can do a triple tax saving. Your HSA account is a health savings account, and you can only use that money for medical purposes. But when you're old, even if you live a really healthy lifestyle, you're going to be spending a lot of money on health expenditures. And you can take that money out at a certain age completely tax-free. And so definitely going to want to do that. And then in my Roth IRA, I just do a 33. I do a three-way split between VOO, which is a total 500 market ETF, and then I do another 33% in QQQ, which tracks the top 100 performing stocks, which is typically tech stocks. And then I do another 33% in SCHD, which is a high yield dividend call ETF that Schwab put out. So that's what I would do. And then yeah, every time you have, and then what I would do is every time you get a 20% down payment in your area, then I would take that money out, go put a down payment on a house, and then get a house, get that asset, and then make double payments on it if possible. And pay it off in 7 to 9 years and roll. Just like, oh man. Yeah, I definitely do eventually want to make a finance channel because I love this stuff. How long do you wait to discount your items, even if they have a decent sell-through rate, but aren't selling as well as anticipated? God bless. Yeah, so I just have this automated in my business. Just every 90 days, it goes down 15%, then 25%, then 33%. I just had 4 surgeries since November 15th, removing basal cell carcinoma. Use dermatologist recommended sunscreen. I never used to because I have such sensitive skin. That's now changing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's 4 surgeries since November 15th. That is intense. Lag. I'm going to lose some subscribers right now. My dad and I have been Chiefs fans for 20 years. So go Patty. Let's go. Well, you a partner, so it's easy. Well, I have a partner, so it's easy. Life will always be easier for someone else when you have a negative outlook on your own life. So I promise you, JJ640, whoever you are, if you have a better outlook on your own life, you don't need a spouse. If you rely on your spouse to make you happy, neither of you will be. But if your spouse is a huge part in helping you experience more joy because you just have this awesome connection with them, you're going to have an awesome partnership. But like if you're really depressed right now, or if you are really struggling with making money and you feel like getting married or having a really serious boyfriend or girlfriend is going to fix all your issues, it's very, very, very unlikely that's going to happen, unfortunately. But having the right partner, making that amazing decision and finding yourself a Brinley, it's life-changing for sure. Jake, did you see Dave quit eBay today? I didn't. Is he just like going full-time dipped it and all that good stuff? That's awesome. I don't know if that's my ultimate goal. I know Kevin says on his YouTube channel all the time that he loves eBay. He wants to continue to do eBay forever. But with Dipped It Threads, now they have Polish and Brush that's doing well. I've already sold a few items on Polish and Brush. Shout out to them. Guys, I realize that Dipped It is like my largest competitor for First Class Treasures. And I don't care, guys. Like, I don't care if you guys shop on First Class Treasures or Dipped It. I think you guys should shop on both. I think that you guys should shop on and sell on all these district platforms, because this community is what reselling can and really should be all about. So I don't know. There may be a day where Kevin says, you know what? I can sell all of my items on Dipped It and Shop Commons and Polish and Brush. So maybe I scale back eBay a ton, maybe completely. I don't know. I like, honestly, if all of a sudden, you know, through Jocelyn's audience, and Kevin's audience and my audience and district working hard to get people over from Google and from Instagram and from their influence. If it got to a point where I could just stop selling on eBay and only sell on district, I would do that. I would just list all of my items on firstclasstreasures.com. I would cross-list the pop culture stuff to Dipdit. I would cross-list the cosmetic stuff to Polish and Brush. I would cross-list the glass and decoration items over to Knickknacks. I would seek out other platforms that are popping up all the time, and then I would just live sell multiple times every week. If I could just list on district, that eventually, realistically and ideally, would be a goal. Like if I could just, because like you have to pay fees on eBay, and the fees are just lower for me on especially First Class Treasures because I own that platform. If I could just sell all of my items on district, that'd be awesome. That would be like an awesome goal. But right now, that's just not realistic whatsoever. And I plan on selling on eBay until the day that I die, right? Because eBay is awesome. I love eBay. Going to Vegas soon. When asked what I want to do, my number one on my list is Deseret, LOL. Yeah, the one on Craig's Road is really good. The one on Flamingo is a lot smaller and it's okay. But definitely hit up the Deseret Industries on Craig Road. That's a really good one. And also the Savers on Craig Road is pretty small, but it's also really good. But you never know what the future brings. I also loved working at 42. I was hit at 50 miles an hour. World changed. I've been in 3 car accidents since then. I'm in my 60s and have chronic back pain. Yeah. No, yeah, it's really tough. Sometimes your environment just happens to you. And it's a delicate line of just being the best version of yourself. And it's tough. Life is tough, but I'm going to live a great one. I can guarantee you that. I source every day with pain. I have very bad nerve damage causing neuropathy. Yeah, that's tough, Mike. But you're out here every day. Again, my testosterone's low. I feel like garbage right now. I don't know how well I'm masking it, but I just have no motivation to do this live, but I really want to see you guys, and I really want to just like lay down and nap. And now I'm just going to go right into a live show and try to be charismatic and sell people items. It's going to be awesome. I really like my new friend. I think he changed his name to Profit First Reseller. Look it up on YouTube. It's called Profit First Reseller. He just did a very quick video, 6 minutes long, called something along the lines of, you don't need to be dialed in, you just need to be focused. Or something. You don't need to be firing on all cylinders, you just need to be focused. I truly believe in that. Mike's not feeling the greatest every day. Cat Funk not feeling the best. Right now, I still am I'm young and energetic and healthy otherwise, aside from my testosterone and vitamin D levels. But even though we're still working hard every single day. You don't have to be firing on all cylinders. You just have to be focused and consistent. LeBron's days with the Lakers are numbered. They are going to build around Luka. I mean, his days in the NBA are numbered. He's a 40-year-old man. No, I think that I don't think he'll be traded this. So the trade deadline is in 3 days. In 4 days after the trade deadline, I believe LeBron James will still be a Laker. I think they're going to try to win 1 or 2 more championships. And then I think he's going to play 1 more year after this one. And then, yeah, most definitely. The Lakers made this trade to get Luka for the next 10 to 15 years, to have that franchise-altering player that can bring in multiple championships. Great example, Luka is fat and it costs him the max deal. Oh man, that's also not necessarily true. I think Nico Harrison is just an idiot, man. I don't know. There's so many things going on in the background. Also, there's no chance that Luka weighs 270 pounds. That's an exaggeration. He got injured 5 weeks ago, and 5 weeks ago he weighed 229 pounds. There's no chance that he gained 40 pounds in 40 days. I know that he's not like the most disciplined athlete in the world, but that's just been blown out of proportion. But yeah, no, he's definitely gained some weight, and he needs to refocus and go win some championships for sure. I've been following your life your wife on Instagram, and she provides a lot of good information. I'll definitely follow your finance channel. Love that kind of stuff. Thank you so much, Mary. Appreciate that so much. Did you see ADH Dave quit eBay and will only be doing auctions on DibDib? That's insane. That is nuts. I'll have to watch that video. Maybe did something happen where he's just like done with eBay, or is he just like, you know what, the ROI on my time and dibbed it, and I'm the owner there and I want to grow it, things like that? Or was it like, you know what, I'm fed up with eBay? I'll have to check it out. I feel like getting sales on Mercari is hard. Even good items don't sell as quick. Honestly, I feel like really good items, not to completely counter you, but if I list a Dyson fan on eBay and Mercari at the same time, it'll sell on Mercari first. If I sell like an all-clad electric skillet that's worth $300, if I put it on eBay and Mercari, it sells on Mercari first for me. Like I've been noticing like some of my bigger sales on those really in-demand items are coming from Mercari before eBay, which is a little shocking. Is it worth it selling golf iron clubs in this season? It's worth it to sell golf clubs every single day of the year if they are an in-demand golf club. Golf club is an evergreen thing. So David, I just want to drop a little bit of wisdom. It is always good to sell all items that have demand. Okay. A lot of CDs have zero demand, and it's never a good idea to sell them. And some CDs always have demand, and it's always a good idea to sell them. Some golf clubs, it doesn't matter what day of the year it is and what temperature it is outside, will have zero demand. And there are some golf clubs that it doesn't matter what day of the year it is and what temperature it is, it will have incredible demand. That's why it's important that every time you find an item, you look it up on eBay and you see what it's selling for and what its sell-through rate is. And if you just govern your decisions based on the sell-through rate of items, you will never have to ask a similar question like that ever again. You'll never have to ask, do digital cameras sell well? Do DVDs sell well? Do golf clubs sell well? Every category has items that sell well. You just have to find those items, and that's our job as resellers. Did you speak on the fees raising yet? I didn't. Here's my official opinion. 0.3% doesn't matter. If you make $100,000, it's going to end up being $30. So maybe I did that math wrong. Maybe it's 300. But yeah, 0.3% is nothing to worry about. And that's just the cycle of life. As businesses improve, public companies have to increase revenue or they will go out of business. Not because they're not making enough money, but because their investors will pull out their funds. And all of these major companies have incredible amounts of debt. And if all of a sudden all of eBay's investors pulled out all of their money, eBay would probably go out of business. So they don't need that extra 0.3% for revenue. They need that extra 3% so that way they can show their shareholders we are continuing to make more and more profits. And we are using these profits to invest in other things to improve our business. So it's just going to keep going up until we die, for sure. I've joined already. Oh, thanks, Mike. Question, is it better to do a promo and let eBay do the work or keep lowering prices or both? Yeah, both. Honestly, like, it's kind of splitting hairs. Basically, what you want to do is get your items in front of, you just want to get your items in front of other people's eyes. And it really depends on the item and the demographic and buyer of that item. So some people are going to resonate better with just seeing a good price. Other people are going to buy it just because it's the first item they see on a promotion. Other people will buy it because they see it's $80 with a red slash through it, and now it says 65, even though it's only worth 65 to begin with. It's just all different. It's dependent upon the item and the buyer demographic, and the only way that you can understand that is through repetition and experience and selling a ton of items. When are you going to start up that financial channel you were talking about? I don't know. Once I get to a point where my testosterone is regulated again, we'll see. But yeah, that's just on the back burner for now. We'll see what happens. Is there any other way to pay close to zero taxes, like with a 401k or something? Right now, after filing out Schedule C, I am going to owe $1,500. So, yeah, John. Well, for you, the easiest way is to buy a house, because you will receive a first-time home buyer credit up to $15,000 for this year and next year. So, John, if it's possible, you can buy a house. And not only will you not owe $1,500, but the government will give you 14 grand, like 13,500, right? Again, I'm not a tax professional. Don't listen to anything that I'm saying, right? This is all just entertainment purposes. But John, if you can buy a house right now, like if you buy a house this year, you can write off all the interest of that house, and you can get that tax credit this year and next year. And then if you can find your good old Sally that you want to settle down with, then you guys can go buy a house in her name and use that for another 2 years. So now you just gave yourself $60,000 in tax credits for the next 4 years. It's awesome. But yeah, there's plenty of other ways to do that. But basically, so like investing in your 401k is a tax advantage account as well. So especially if you set up an S corporation. If you set up an S corporation, all of that stuff is tax deductible, which is awesome. But yeah, guys, I'm going live in 25 minutes, and I think I'm starting to glitch out a little bit here. So I'm going to get everything set up for my live show. For those of you that haven't been here this whole time, please go follow me on District. I would appreciate it if you guys went to firstclasstreasures.com. It's my new. Let me share the screen here, actually. Let's go to firstclasstreasures.com. Okay, so present. Share screen. Boom. Okay, so you guys can go. So this is district.net, right? So if you have a iPhone, you can go download the iOS app District. It's just DISTRICT. Or you can go to First Class Treasures. First Class Treasures. Oh my goodness. If I can spell my own website, right? Firstclasstreasures.com. If you're on your laptop or computer, please head over to firstclasstreasures.com and you'll see this. Okay, right here, it will say join. I would appreciate it if you guys would join. And then if you guys would like to sell on this platform, it's very similar to eBay and Mercari. You can sell anything on this platform, but we mainly specialize in items that people consider small treasures, like coins and watches, sunglasses, collectibles of all kinds, toys, a bunch of different stuff. I'd really appreciate it if all of you went over right now, because I'm about to hop off. Okay, so if you guys could please go to firstclasstreasures.com or look up First Class Treasures on District and search at the top for JRide. I'd really appreciate it if you guys followed me, JRide Flips, and if you joined my reselling platform. And if you guys ever are looking to buy anything, instead of going to Amazon or eBay and not supporting someone you know, try heading over to Dibdit or First Class Treasures or Knickknacks, because you'll be buying from one of us in this community. So I really appreciate that. Also, if you guys have stuff to sell, please apply to sell. I will get you guys approved to sell very quickly, and you guys can start listing your items on the platform. We already have people just getting a ton of sales. Here's a ton of magic cards, some salt shakers, you know, just a ton of different cool stuff. So anything that you guys are interested in listing in here, it would be awesome. We got a lot of toys, decorations, all that good stuff. So I really appreciate everything you guys do for me. I'm going to hop off and I'm going to schedule my live show, and then I will see you guys in about 30 minutes. Actually, 20. Appreciate it. All right. Adios, amigos. End stream.